Welcome to the show called Beyond Our Galaxy. On this show, we're going to be talking about the sun and sun space probes. We Earthlings live in a solar system where the sun is the center of it. The Earth is no longer the center. This viewpoint is known as the heliocentric theory. These three famous astronomers from the past made this theory stand true. Nicholas Copernicus, Galileo Galilei, Johannes Kepler. Warning: never look directly at the sun. Always use these protective devices when studying the sun. Filters, cardboard, sun scopes. Here is a picture of what our solar system looks like today as the planets orbit the sun. Comparison of sun and planets in size. Here's a picture of our sun at work. Our sun is a yellow dwarf star. The Earth is located about 93 million miles away from the sun. Our sun, according to creationists, has been around for about 6,000 to 10,000 years. Our sun gives us Earthlings both heat and light to live. The size of our sun is big. The size of our sun is about 870,331 miles big. When we place these three stars next to our sun, Betelgeuse, Antares, and Castor, the sun appears to be very small indeed. Without the sun, there will be no life on Earth. Our sun is the one thing that controls the planets that orbit around it. It is that old familiar subject we call gravity that holds the whole system together controlled by our sun. It would only make sense that a bigger object like the sun would be the center of the solar system. The next picture shows us a diagram of how the sun is made up of. Our sun is made up of 6 main components: core, radiation zone, chromosphere, convection zone, photosphere, corona. What is interesting about the sun is that it is made up of 2 main chemicals that is needed for life to exist: helium and hydrogen. These 2 chemical elements can be found throughout the entire universe. These same 2 chemical elements is what life needs to exist. What makes our sun work? It is the same thing from where this famous equation comes from. E equals mc squared. This is Albert Einstein's equation for nuclear fusion. Our sun is like one big nuclear power plant. Mass is being converted into energy every second. We now take a look at the core of our sun. The core of the sun is where it is all happening. At the core of the sun, hydrogen is turning into helium, making nuclear fusion happen. At the core of our sun, temperatures soar to 25 million degrees hot. Our next component of the sun is the radiation zone. Hydrogen is being turned into helium in the radiation zone. The third zone of the sun we want to take a look at is the convection zone. At the convection zone, we see that as energy begins to travel out of the core of the sun to the convection zone. Heat and energy travels out from the radiation zone to the convection zone in a circular way. The temperature of the sun now at its surface is only some 25,000 degrees Fahrenheit instead of millions of degrees at the core of the sun is. We now travel even further outside of the sun to what we call the photosphere. The photosphere is the outer layer of the sun. This is where all of the action of the sun takes place. Sunspots, solar flares, corona. These three actions of the sun is what makes it so interesting to study. It is perhaps the solar flares that make the sun the most interesting part to watch for. Solar flares, when they erupt from the sun, travel millions of miles through space and eventually arrives at planet Earth. These solar flares can easily disrupt communication systems around the world for a brief moment of time. Solar flares can even create what we simply call the northern lights, or the more technical term, aurora borealis. NASA has sent many space probes to the sun to study it up close. The next picture shows the solar orbiter that has studied the sun up close. Here are some more awesome pictures of the sun to enjoy viewing briefly. As one can see, our sun has a unique place in our solar system. Our sun provides heat and light, and it provides the gravity to hold all the planets that orbit it. We will now take a look at the many different kinds of space probes NASA has sent towards the sun to study. March 3rd, 1959. Pioneer 4 was launched into space by a Juno 2 space rocket. Its mission was to study the magnetic field and solar flares of the sun. September 18th, 1959. It took NASA 11 times before they were able to be successful with the last launch of this space probe. Vanguard 3 launched into space to study solar radiation. Pioneer 5 was launched into space to study solar flares from the sun and interplanetary orbit. Vanguard satellite's mission ended March 11th, 1960. Pioneer 5 launched on March 11, 1960. Its mission was to study while in Earth orbit the Sun. Pioneer 5 orbited the Earth as high as 900 miles above to study the Sun. Pioneer 5 mission ended on March 7, 1962. Explorer 30 SOLRAD launched on November 18, 1965. Studies the solar radiation of the Sun. Delta E rocket launches Pioneer 7 satellite into orbit. Its mission is to study general solar radiation. SME, Solar Mesosphere Explorer, launched on October 6, 1961. Solar Mesosphere Explorer's mission was to study the solar effects of the ozone layer on Earth. Well, our sun has surely been getting a lot of attention these days. Here are some more awesome views of our sun to enjoy, so relax and enjoy the next few pictures of our sun. Supreme Leader to Thor, come in please. I repeat, Supreme Leader to Thor, can you hear us? Supreme Leader, you don't suppose those mean Earthlings got Thor, do you? I have no idea, Counselor. I do not think Thor can be outwitted by the Earthlings. But Supreme Leader, we have not heard from Thor in eons. I'm aware of that, Your Excellency. I am trying to find him now. Supreme Leader, if the Earthlings capture Thor, do you know what that means? I am aware of our alien consequences, Your Excellency. That would mean Earthlings could become intelligent creatures, more so than our own kind. That would be a terrible tragedy, Your Excellency. Keep trying, Supreme Leader. We need to get Thor back. Supreme Leader to Thor, can you hear me? Should we send out the Star Defenders, Supreme Leader? Not yet, Your Excellency. I don't want to start a war with those Earthlings. You're right, Supreme Leader. Earthlings are known to be unpredictable creatures. Just the same, Your Excellency. We should have the Star Defenders prepare for war, just in case. I couldn't agree with you more, Supreme Leader. I'll get them ready now. Supreme Leader to Thor. Please respond. Over. All Star Defenders, prepare for battle station maneuvers. I repeat, all Star Defenders, prepare for battle station maneuvers. Hey, Miletus, why did you become a Star Defender? My recruiter told me this would be an adventure. I think he lied to you.
And the journey continues.